Good morning, good morning. I don't know what happened to my music. It should start here in a second again. Maybe? There it goes. Let me get my Instagram. All right, let me put that on the story. I think we're good. There we go. Thank you. Happy Tuesday to you too. Just got my live on Instagram posted. Right here. I had a little bit of a, actually I'll show this to you. This could be, so I had last night, all of a sudden my thumb, it still is pretty tender, this joint like right here and here, it was just horribly painful. And so I ran out to Target, and this brand is called Futuro by 3M, F-U-T-U-R-O. I think I've got something else of theirs, but this is a thumb immobilizing little wrist brace, and I got that for my right hand, and it seems to have helped. I put it on for most of last night, but what's cool about it is it's got this little like adjustable strappy business, so it totally immobilizes the thumb. So, and it's got like a spine here. Oh, can't see it. It's got like a spine here along the right here and here, kind of in the front and back of the thumb. So yeah, it's that's what I'm using when I don't have to draw, and just to keep my thumb in okay shape. But I'm gonna try and draw regular tonight, but it actually wasn't too bad. It was like 14 at Target, but I don't know what I did to it. I don't know if I smacked it in the middle of the night. I don't know if it's just a stress thing. So I drew what I could last night, which was very little, and I was working on like computer stuff with the mouse all day, so I'm wondering if that wasn't it too. So just need to take care of it so it doesn't happen again. All right, there's that. So today, I can't believe it's already December. I've got to work on my winter. Go into my library here. It's already time to swap out the fall. That was last year's winter, and I loved that one so much. I really had a good 2013 with those. That was such a fantastic, I mean, that was really a fantastic creative year. So now I got to figure out what I want to do for, let me just drag this in, let's see. Oh, that's good. I don't know why Illustrator does that sometimes. It makes the item I drag in like 5 pixels or 3 pixels wide. Yeah, it did it again. Oh, we got 10 pixels this time. Whoops, 90. I'll just do the last 2 of these. Because if I load too many in here, it makes the program kind of bog down. Gosh, darn it, that was a good one with the lamppost. What else what can I do this year? I gotta do something different. So I did, let me drag in the other winters while I'm at it. But I have to do that because it doesn't acknowledge just my click and paste it in at the 900 that is regularly. Very strange. Oh, that one worked. Okay, whatever. Okay. So, yeah, I love last year's winter. It was so good. I must have had extra caffeine that day or something. Yeah, I might have to, yeah, it's already bogging down. Well, it is what it is. Winter Christmas. I feel like if I did a Candyland, the problem I run into every year is that it needs to suffice for the entirety of winter, not just Christmas. So it would be easy to go for, something Christmassy, but then I'd have to change it again in January. So I have done a snow floof. That was, let me see, that was one I actually didn't drag out. Snow floof is right here. That was actually one of the first ones I did. Well, that was a snow cat. That was 2020. I could do a big snow floof in the middle with them dressing him up. That could be cute. A snow floof family, maybe. usually do twigs for their whiskers. I could do twigs for their little hands too. I could do a snow floof looking at a leaf. Maybe it's a giant piece of popcorn. And I could have a little floof up here. It's easy. It's definitely very easy. For this down here, can I go into? I could do a couple of versions probably. I'm pretty certain this is not a one I can break apart. So is this one. This one's a picture. I might be able to break apart this one. Well, I can of course that up if I need to. I'm just gonna lock and hide it for now. That could be cute. Snow floof could definitely be cute. Let's just go with snow floof. Let's see what other ideas. Hey, something with GB and Boop. Whoops. Need to unlock that layer. Oh, like a winter, like a dinner table. I like that idea. She's serving soup or something, and like the floofs are. That could be another idea, dinner with GB. And there could be snow outside the window. Oh, that could be good. That could be really good. dinner with TV idea. That's warm and cozy. Although I really like this one too. All right, let's, I'm gonna work both of them. And maybe I'll just have a couple of ones that I alternate, depending. This one, the floof this one isn't going to take me very long, and I could potentially use that as a background as well. So I'm going to work that one, I'll work this one as well, and see how far we go. Hey Ariana, how are you doing today? I am working on a webcomic call to action panel at the end. And I've got two options. I've got a snow floof, and then I've got dinner with GB. So this is going to be like super warm and cozy. I might take a little bit longer on the coloring for this one. This one is going to be easy and quick, so I'm going to get this one done. And I might just have a couple of, these that I cycle through. It also depends on how my thumb is holding up. It seems to be okay for now, but it seems like it's could be a little questionable. There we go. So these snow floofs are a little tricky because they're made of snow, so I gotta kind of put in that packed snow, rolled snow look. gonna have it's gonna be blocked. Like this. I want it to maybe come down a little bit like that. I could have it kind of like a little roll, like they rolled. They rolled the snow up over. That makes sense. Because you wouldn't have pristine, perfect snow all around this. It would be tamped down because they've been walking around it so much. Those twigs for the arms need to be a little bit more. That's not going to work. A little bit too heavy. everybody have a good Thanksgiving? I hope so. Mine was pretty chill, which was nice. Very, very nice. Mine was very chill. Awesome. Happy to hear that. This branch should be a little thin. I'm going to group this guy because I know that it'll be easier for me to deal with him later. When I am coloring stuff up. I think I'm going to need to make this second floof, snow floof. I feel like there needs to be more weight over here on this side. Hi Dee, welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday to you too. I hope you're having a lovely one. What can they make in the snow that would... Can I make... Oh god, that's yellow snow though. I don't want to make a yellow snow. That, yeah. I don't know. That would... Maybe it can be a snow strawberry. I think a snow strawberry would be safer. Snow strawberry would be perfect. I'm gonna have to make this line thinner because this berry's gonna have to be molded, and his little paw is gonna be like a twig. I'm gonna have to do like maybe a very, think of this like snow. And the seeds will be a little like little dents. I should probably erase this so I can see better. I feel like he needs another little twig. There we go. Maybe I'll I want to lean him back into that snow a little bit and maybe just leave this an open dot. Don't know where that came from. I feel like the strawberry, the leaves should be kind of sculpted, and maybe I'm going to bring this down because the snow disappears. It's all one piece, so I have to kind of maintain that sculpted look, hopefully. Okay, we'll have to go in and look at JavaScript, which is not my favorite. Definitely going to be some local flooding tonight. Oh dear. Is it another big storm or just a lot of steady rain? Ours gets kind of sketch when the rain is constant for a while. Like the big times that we flooded here, it's because the bayou and drainage system either get overwhelmed really quickly in a short amount of time, or there's just like a long stretch, like days, where it's raining and it can't handle it and it gets backed up that way. Put these little back, and let's mark these as also max levels of rain. I think I'm gonna need to bring this one down too, because it's technically part of the floof. There we go. I think that's looking a little bit more like it should. Maybe shade that one down a little. I kind of want to do that to the mouth too. Maybe this will be 50%, because it's technically a scoop in. I'm not sure how I've done that in the past. Alright, well, whatever it is, I need to draw this baby floof here. Separate. We need to go in here as well. feel like this eye isn't quite kind of. I feel like that could be okay. Play that by ear and maybe just come back and edit that floof later. Alright, so now I can erase the things that I don't need, and I can start working on Dinner with Granny Bear. Because this is mostly done. It's good thing about winter scenes is that they're all pretty easy and quick to draw. Good grief. I do not want that. There we go. I just need to erase these things before they... all the way up here. Alright. And now I can address these little pieces that are kind of going astray. I'm going to add some little birds. I'm going to add little birds because that's why the floof, snow floof, is so happy. This snow floof has a strawberry, a snowberry. This one has little birds. And maybe I'll do one. I want to have one maybe looking down. I like that. And I think I'm gonna go back on my idea here. I think I'm gonna make the mouth part. Nah, I'll change it. I know I'll change it. Make the mouth part a little more solid. Thank you, please. Name of the game. Oh, I got, I don't think I showed you, but I got a copy. I realized I didn't have a copy of Christmas Carol. So I picked one up while I was in Indiana, that old bookstore. And I need to read through it again and write out some ideas for the Ebb and E.L. Scrooge comics. Because I do want to do a couple of those. I think they'd be really cute. I just remembered that because I have my, I've got to deal with a pile of books over here, and I get them up and they tend to pile up and I just don't put them away, and I need to get better about that. So got a couple of them here that I need to give back to their homes on the shelf. And I got to figure out my special Ray Bradbury's. Did I get two? Yeah, I got two. I got Illustrated Man and Fahrenheit. Did I get Fahrenheit? Which one did I? I know I got a really good version of Illustrated Man. Oh, it was a collection of like spooky stories, I think, and the covers were really interesting. Yeah, here we go. So my copy of Christmas Carol was $2, and the cover price for this one was $1.95. Let me see when this is actually printed. 1980. So yeah, he's a little yellow, but he smells like an old book. And then the versions I got, these were first edition printings of, and they weren't actually that bad, and that's because it was a book club edition. Apparently, if they do like book club versions, those are not as, man, I need to, oh yeah, I gotta get that off the cover. But I hadn't read this one, Rayberry Bradbury Long After Midnight, kind of, got the idea it was a couple of spooky stories. And I don't recognize many of these. And then of course Illustrated Man, which is one of my favorites there. I think Fahrenheit 451 and Illustrated Man are my favorite Ray Bradbury's. But yeah, I thought this was cool because it had the deckled edge on the books, on the edge here. And then I really like that cover. It's very neat. So I gotta find a good spot for those. And then I gotta reread this. It shouldn't take too long. How are you doing, Catherine? I hope you had a good weekend and have had a good start to your week. I need to save because I haven't saved in a while. Go back in here and let's draw a couple of snowbirds. Incidentally, Snowbird is one of my favorite Anne Murray songs. Let's see. Doing well. It's snowing here in Michigan. Oh, wow. Just saw a phone is flooding me with little notifications, but there is one that I am legitimately interested in because it was a vendor notice about oh no. Oh no, that's horrible. Apparently Comic-Con had an email error and sent out mass acceptances to everyone who had applied for vendors. Oh, good lord. Oh, and they issued an email that said earlier the Go Expo was sent an error. We'll be sending valid confirmations and waiting list notifications tomorrow. Oh my god. Yikes. I feel like there's a better way for me to draw a bird. And you kind of need to, yeah, that's a little bit of a better bird body. I feel like it needs to have the right proportion, but that'll do. I think that'll do. I just need to fix these wings a little bit. Well, that's where the nose should be. I don't want the tiny little beak though. I think that's okay, but down a little bit lower. I'll do stylized birds maybe. So I tuned into the Macy's parade, and the one thing I actually wanted to see, I found out, I need to look it up because I think there's probably a replay on YouTube, but I wanted to see the New York City Ballet. There are two principal dancers that had choreographed a piece to dance right in front, and apparently it came on at like really early, like 9:30, and the parade starts at 8:30, so that would have been 8:30 in the morning here. So I don't know actually if the parade, if they offset it an hour or not. I can't remember. They do time zones. Alright, so we have a cute little bird there. And I'm not going to be lazy and duplicate the bird and do this, even though that's possible for me to do. Oh, don't be lazy. No, I'm just going to draw the bird. We're just going to draw birds. Alright, so that size of that bird means I need something like maybe that. Go ahead and group this little bird. And let's just do the twitsies there and sit her down. There we go. It's kind of a cute little bird. I feel like the wings should be kind of, that's not the good wing should be something like this, almost foreshortened. Back like that maybe. I just feel like I'm drawing a parrot. This shape. Yeah, I feel like these footers are a little big. I can just have it sitting behind it and maybe just, you're not going to see this, so we can bring that over here. I feel like bird needs something like that. Okay, now it looks like a parakeet. Okay, we're gonna slow down on this little bird. It's kind of small. Okay, he can be a small bird. Alright, let's get rid of, oh, I don't need to get rid of those yet, but I do need to draw a few more birds. looking a couple of references up just to see how far below for some of these. So this is a cute little, we've got the body going here, and then we've actually got a good amount of the bird's wings and bottom over here. This, and then the little head is not like that. Oh, that's a nice, I like that one. That's a good one. I'm gonna keep that. And let's see here. What's another good silhouette? That's almost the same silhouette, but in reverse. I like this one where one bird is kind of addressing another. Let's see if I can move this over. I feel like that would be good for this right here. So let me just sketch this. I feel like they're sitting right here. And the head is up. Like this. We've got the butt fluff here, and we've got this. And we got this and this. Something like this. So the body is kind of turned like that. I think that'll work. All right. Yay for reference. Side note, my mom turned me on to an app to identify bird sounds. I don't know if I told you guys about this, but what is it called? Let me find it here. Nope. Did I put it under, where'd you go? There it is. Okay, so I have this bird outside that has the most incredible song, and I've not been able to record it, but she turned me on to this app called Merlin Bird ID. And so what you can do is you can record like as it's happening, or you can just do general recording, and what the app will do is it will go through and it will pick out and identify the bird songs and the birds that are in the area that are currently chirping, and it'll give you a list of them. And so I'm going to hopefully get a chance to identify that thing, whatever it is. It's not a blue jay. I know the blue jay sound. It's not a robin. It is a very distinctive, almost like a flute-like melody, and kind of the Mozart of birds, but you know, just with like the that type of cadence. Merlin Bird ID, if anybody is ever interested in that type of thing. Alright, so I got these guys. I don't think I need these anymore. And I'll go ahead and jump out of this group, and I'll remove this so I can just see what there is to see. Already in my sketch they look pretty good. I just hope I can maintain it. think I brought the butt of the bird down too low. Let me move my bird butt up a little bit. And this is going to be behind the branch, so I feel like the angle of this is wrong too. Let's just trust the reference. I think I'll leave that there. Because I'm going to push this behind the the branch, and she's just going to be sitting there. All right, and now let's do this one. Let's save first because we gotta save. I feel like some of the success of drawing the bird is in just these simple lines. Ah. Glad you like them, Sharon. I tried to have it was a while ago actually, I placed a bird feeder right outside my window here, and it was one of them, it was like on a stand, and it was great because I could see they would sit on the fence and then they would get their seed and they'd kind of sit on the fence. So I had like a bird TV right there. And then I think first the squirrels discovered it. I wasn't too upset about that, but then rats discovered it. And I was like, yeah, no, I think I gotta draw the line at rats. And so I had to get rid of it, unfortunately. And also get rid of the rats. But otherwise, I would still have it out there. Alright, so whoops! I kind of like that little... I'm gonna just cut that one out. Weird. These are lots with wings. I unfortunately got attacked by some pigeons once. It was not fun. Let's do those silhouettes because I kind of like them. Definitely using the reference gave me a lot more expression. I feel like these guys are a lot more unique here that I used reference for them versus these guys. These guys I was just kind of running from memory. I feel like it kind of shows when you compare to those, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and make these 50%. I'm experimenting a lot more with and trying to be aware of edges, and even in line work and sketch work where things meet, you know, you're not going to have a distinct cartoonish line, so those edges are going to disappear. They're going to get a little more indistinct. I wanted to show that here and think about that over here too, because this is really one big, it's sculpted snow, so you're not going to have, you know, a lot of cartoony edge lines. Things are going to be kind of waffling in and out of distinct and indistinct. So, and that's my struggle right here with the mouth. This is just kind of a scoop. So what do? Do I make this bottom line really thin, this top line really thick, and do I do a shadow under here? I could try that. That could be interesting. Let me just copy this mouth. And see if I can make that what I'm thinking of work. Because that's one thing too. And thinking of line weight. So as you're, one of the simpler ones I found out pretty early when I was, you know, looking up tutorials and stuff was that line weight, like if you've got a your light source. If you've got like a shoulder facing your light source and you've got a lot of shine on that shoulder, you're not going to have a line there at all because the light is there. And so it'll be very thin. You know, the opposite is true in shadow. Like you're going towards shadow, you're going to have the thicker lines there, and that's why you can, how you can use line weight to kind of give your, to inform the viewer a little bit, kind of like invisible ink. Well, maybe if I wanted to continue this, maybe let me try something different here. Let me try, I want to do, what if I just left the bottom off that? You could see it's kind of trailing off. I feel that's better than a full circle, a full outline. That works a little bit better, maybe, yeah, kind of, sort of. All right, let's try it with this guy right here. And I already, whoops, I already have his mouth shadow, so I'm just going to save his mouth there. And let's erase. And now let's make it look better and smoother. And bring this down just a smidge. Kind of fades out, and kind of like that. Alright. Speaking of this little guy, where his tree branches are hitting, I've got to gotta make sure I show the shadow here. No? That make a little bit more sense than it does currently. It looks like he's holding maybe edge there. Hello, miss. Do you need more heat? You gotta tan the other side. Or roast the other side. She stood up, she gave me a look, and communicated quite effectively that I needed to re-up for toasty time. Two little beans here for my, there we go. I gotta remove those. Let's get these guys out of here. Alright, now let's grab them both. Whoops. Alright, I got my birds drawn. And the tricky part is going to be keeping line art consistent. So you are going to be a little tricky, but I'm going to go ahead and make my living creatures with a warm line art. And then I'm going to come in here, and this guy is also living. Oh, I forgot to drop the shadows in the group of the line art. And I'm going to go ahead and bump you behind. I think everything else maybe snow. Of course, I might do the branches. The branches might be better as brown together. Make sure I'm layering things up correctly. Let me pick up the branch, please. All right, branches are done. Did I do myself a favor? Only in spots did I do myself a favor. All right. Brown. And now I can magic wand everything else and make it purple. That's why these are so easy. Even if I'm doing special line art, it's not all that difficult to just have things, so as long as I, of course, plan ahead a little bit. If I don't plan ahead, then things can get a little dicey. All right. Now that I've got my line art done, so I'm scooping out this here because it's a dent in the snow where they rolled to make the base of the snowman or snow floof. And I think I might make it a little bit more deep here. Because that's a lot of snow and they're going to have to roll it over. And I'm going to have little footprints in the snow all the way around. Do it if I'm just going to kind of come in here and that one kind of rough, but trying to figure out if that's where I want the lines to be. I kind of like it, maybe. I might join those two sections together. Alright, will this make sense to have this lit when it's right up next to a huge snowman that is probably casting a very big shadow? If that's the case, I need to figure out what direction my light is going in. So right now I have it kind of directly from above, so maybe that is not how it should be. Maybe it should be more like here, like erasing all of that, because it would just be, but I need this trough, or do I? If I do something like that, kind of shows the, that could be close, but what I want to do is make it maybe 15% less. And maybe join these sections together. Good, I was actually in my group. This is going to be interesting, and I need this. I'm going to go ahead and just fill the snow areas that I want to be a little different. I'm going to fill them I kind of want this area. I'm just going to mark different areas for a second here. one. And then this snow fluke needs to have his own section of snow, including his snowberry. Right, and then this snow fluke also. Hey Belle, welcome to the stream. Oops. Oops. Those guys are easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's do these. I think that's all right. And then I just need one swoop here. And then I need to bring the light down a little bit. There we go. There's my snow. Got to paint my birds. I want to make these pretty birds. Those are robin colors right there, but it's not really a robin shape. Ooh, that's pretty. Got some blues. Some yellows. Nice red colors. I know I want them to be, maybe they can just be nonsensical colors a little bit. Sensical colors, but yet here I am doing basic bird colors. Okay, there are basic birds out there. I want to make this more of a white fluffy belly, and maybe give this bird some white wingtips. Ah, that's my. There we go. I do want to have a bright red bird. This one a bright red bird. Maybe this one can have a white, not a white, but maybe a cream cap. Let's do a deep red here out to a orange bright red. Just a subtle switch. Like that. All right, let's make a bluebird. What should this bird be? I don't know if I like that bird. Little bird? Kind of fun with the blue on the tips though. It's kind of interesting. Alright, let's do this bird and then this will be done. Go ahead and give this guy a belly, and then let's just keep him simple. A simple little brown bird. Although that feels a little plain. And then we need a bright blue sky. Drop that behind there. And we're going to hit it with a gradient. And perhaps let's draw in, I'm going to bring this over here. And I'm going to drop in this snow color, so we can get a nice little gradient coming up from the bottom to make it look like there's a little bit of snow and kind of coldness floating around the ground. And then I can come in here let's finish with the fun part, the snow everywhere. Gotta put the snow in the loose whiskers. Here. Gotta remember that I do need, it's not going to matter so much what I do down here because it is going to be covered by my info panel, but for general illustration purposes I do want to have this snowed about. I'm going to try something here. I think I kind of like that. It's a little color dodge, but very light with a bit of blur on it, so it kind of creates the feel of snow just kind of blowing around everywhere. So then let's pick up a regular, because I do have my settings set to remember and perpetuate any settings I have on a oops. that and bring it forward a little bit. There we go. Snow flutes with the snowberry and birds. And then, out of my group, let's bring this over here. All right. So what I need to do here is I need to adjust a little bit. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to move this up. And I actually want to make it a little smaller. I might dink around with this a little bit because I could keep it and just move. Why don't I just try that? Why don't I move this down? Smidge. All right, and then let's go back in here. I'm going to move this up just a smidge. There we go. And then I'll come back in here and come in here. Small just a bit and up just a bit. Yeah. So there's that. And I think I'll call the stream there. I will also do, I really love this idea, Granny Bear, dinner with Granny Bear. So this is going to be, she's serving soup around a table filled with flutes, and I'll probably do Momo and Coco in here too. But there's going to be a snowy window back here, and this may be info panel version 2 that I kind of swap in and out on the comics, or it could be just for fun. Another thing I might mess with are the colors on the birds. I'm not 100% on these bird colors, but I do like them. I like that they're a little bit bright, but I just kinda, I don't know, I'm not sure. But I do like what I did with the snow kind of floating in the air. I think that's fun. Might have to do something about, is there an overlap of something right there? I feel like there's an overlap that is creating a little bit of a not so pleasant. Oops, shouldn't have done that. I might have to play around with this area a bit, but I'm going to move all of those back and jump out of this. I'm going to think about it for a little bit just to figure out what I want to do. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and go on the ending screen here. Boop. There we go. Thank you, Sharon. Hope you have a great, oh, you too. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Catherine, Belle, Chris, Ariana, Dee, all my lurkers, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. I should be on Thursday as normal. With comics, my thumb is doing okay. I'm going to put it back in its sleeve, so hopefully that will stay good. Seems like it had a good rest last night, so I felt pretty good drawing today, so fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.